Welcome to the World Men's Curling Championships 2014. We're coming to you live from the Beijing Capitol Gymnasium in Beijing, China. I'm Logan Gray, and alongside me, Richard Harding, as we prepare for this next draw of this 2014 Championships. Chinese fans are gathered here in the Capitol Gymnasium, and as we speak, the Czech Republic national anthem is underway to honour their team. But in session 13, our featured game will be between China and the United States. China currently on 4 wins and 4 losses, still in the hunt for the playoffs, while the USA pretty much out of contention now on 2 wins and 5 losses. So this is the Czech Republic team skipped by Jiří Snitil, with Martin Snitil, Jakub Bareš, Jindřich Kitzberger, Marek Vidra, and coach Dan Raphael. Well, as the Czech Republic team leave the ice, the teams will complete their preparations for this 13th draw. And we'll take a look at the team lineups. Zhang Jialang playing lead, Badu Xin playing second, Su Xiaoming playing third, and of course Leo Ray playing skip position. And for the United States, Ryan Brunt leading the way, Joe Polo throwing second stones, Sean Rajewski throwing the third stones, and of course the skip Pete Fenson, alternate Jared Zezel, and the infamous Alan Hackner playing as the coach. So two Canadian coaches there. We see Marcel Rock there, of course the lead for the legendary Ferbey four-time world champion, and of course the skip Randy Ferbey will be honoured at next year's World Championships. Here's the standings so far this week. Norway leading the way on 7-1, Canada on 6-2 alongside Japan, and China still in the hunt. The rest of these teams need a lot of help. Czech Republic, United States, maybe an outside chance, but Denmark, Scotland and Russia now out of the mix. Elsewhere on the ice, Sheet A, Switzerland and Sweden. Sheet B, Scotland and Russia. And Sheet C, Germany and the Czech Republic. All the players just limbering up for this next round, this 2 o'clock draw local time. So my name's Logan Gray, and alongside me, Richard Harding. Richard, welcome back to the commentary bench. What do you think we can expect to see from these two teams this afternoon?
Well, I think the US are probably going to be out of this right now, even before this game. But for China, it's a vital win. They could still potentially qualify with 4 losses, but they need to win the remaining 3 games, starting with this one. Pete Fenson, of course, did win an Olympic medal in 2006 in Pinerolo, Italy.
Yeah, and he actually has 3/4 of that team out on the ice just now. The only missing member of that quartet was John Schuster, who followed it up with another 2 Olympic representations since then.
Atta boy, Ryan, good start. Yeah.
Of course, Ryan Brunt playing lead stones for the US, taking Schuster's place from that 2006 lineup. Here's a first look at 26-year-old Xiaolang Zhang. And making a good solid hit right on the nose to start this first end. To determine the last stone in the first end. The two teams do throw a one-off shot to get the hammer at the end of their practice.
Right to it, guys. Hard, repeat. Hard, 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 hard.
Oh, hit and roll out there from Brunt. And Zhang Xiaolang is going to throw the corner guard here. We've seen the Chinese be extremely aggressive all week and all season, actually. Always not shy about taking a risk. Well, here are the rules of play. As always in the round robin, 6 ends must be played. 73 minutes for each team to complete their quota of stones, and they're entitled to 1 coach interaction along the way as well.
Switch brooms?
Okay.
So Richard, just looking at the standings here, is there any surprise packages for you so far this week?
Well, there are 1 or 2 different teams from the ones that regularly represented their countries in the run-up to the Winter Olympics 2014. And they are perhaps a little less experienced than the usual teams, particularly from Sweden and from Scotland. Struggling a bit, as
Yeah, just round it a little bit. Yeah, just let it.
for some of the players at least, first time at the World Championships. I guess Germany in a 4-3 record's the team that you might not have expected to be in that position, with some useful wins against strong opponent.
Yeah, nice swan song for Johnny Dart and a glittering career. Apparently hanging up the shoes after this season. I think the other surprise package for me would maybe be Japan, who suffered a very poor Olympic qualifying event after a really good Pacific Championship, 6-2 so far this week. This is 42-year-old Sean Rojeski. Hits and rolls out on that one.
Sorry.
给你收点啊，会有点涩啊，不是特别滑。我那天气儿后面捡。
So Leo Ray indicating to his third player.
Yeah, Su Xiaoming, the 29-year-old. This Chinese team have actually won the last 7 Pacific Championships. An incredible record. Well, they've never managed to get that elusive medal at the World Championships, though. Their best finish was 4th in 2008 in Grand Forks.
And that stone of Xu Xiaoming's just drawing a little bit too far. Pretty good depth, but drawing too far to the wing and not counting for anything. This will draw to the other side. The sweeper's not going with it as it sails through to the back of the house, maybe even out.
Well, is it biting or is it not?
Still in play, but I think it's too heavy to count shot.
Well, they're going to call a takeout on it anyway. This maybe says to me that it might well be biting. I'm pretty sure they would play a draw around the outside otherwise, or even a freeze.
Xu Xiaoming, the second stone here in the first end. Makes some runs. Vincent picking the same line as the shot played by Rajewski.
I thought you just overthrew it a little bit.
It's a wise decision. You don't want to pick a new path and to hit some frost and for it to come up short for Leo Ray to come around with his first stone. So
really? I don't know.
pick a path that they'll know the speed.
Already. Okay.
Well, Sean just threw a 54 to the back there, so 80's close for you.
Ran over a big ball. Better than T. Even top 4 is good. Looks like plenty.
So
T. Full 4 foot.
Pete Fenson,
Good shot, Pete.
Hey, boy.
44-year-old.
84.
Apologies, 46-year-old. Draws one right down onto the tee line.
I didn't want to be on the button.
And very much looks like this
Not that
first
he's
end's going to be
Even at the end, you're not going to get the
blanked.
Even when you touch it. I kind of just wanted to see what it would
Another
do.
thing
where
that
it would
teams
go
might
from
want
there.
to watch out for on this end board is a lot of curl on the right-hand side of the picture as we look at it there coming off the boards. It seems to be swinging a lot on both sides of the arena. Leo Ray, the 32-year-old.
Hard! Hard! Go! Hard! Hard! Go, 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 hard, hard, hard! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hard!
Surprised they upped the sweep in there. I think the priority was to make sure that that stone stuck around. And now the United States with a chance to come around these wide stones and just make life a little bit more complicated for China to blank this first end.
Same. Yep.
So we're going to get a look at the speed of this shot of Fenson's.
Well, surprisingly, he's actually choosing to go the same path again.
Just keeping a stone open in the house.
Harry went down. Good boy, Pete.
14.4. What does that mean, Logan?
14.4 is kind of what we've come to expect, like something maybe 14.6 has been running to the tee line all week, so it's kind of about standard speed that we've come to see throughout the week. And the good thing about the hog-to-hog split times is that it's not really affected by releases, whereas the tee to hog split times that the sweepers are more likely to use, it's kind of, you have to kind of interpret the player's release a little bit to work out how fast the stone's moving.
Go!
Well, big weight here from Leo Ray. Wants to just half this yellow out. And he does so successfully. It's going to be a blank first end here in draw 13. China and the USA, 1 end played. And it's 0-0.
继续，他进营咱再打，再打一局，找一找，找一找这场地。
One ways to make it.
Yeah.
60个6。
Yeah.
往外打，现在这边的，现在那边是小帮大一些。现在所有场地就是这一排。
And that's become a common part of the game, hasn't it, Richard? The teams kind of come together between the ends. Was it like that back in your day?
Well, we didn't have any breaks, we just kept going. So, no, it wasn't like that.
Hardened souls.
Time to consider tactics at length the way that you can do now. A couple of minutes break between the ends, so you could possibly get away with 4 losses. There's 3 more rounds here, this one and 2 to follow tomorrow, and beyond 4 it's probably a struggle given that 7 teams are in the top area with 4 losses or less. So it's probably not going to be a World Championship this year for Czech Republic, USA, Denmark and Scotland and Russia.
Yeah, absolutely. 7 wins has to be the goal at the start of the week as an absolute minimum. Possibly even need 8 in certain circumstances to get a shot at the playoffs.
That's right. In a 12-team round robin, you're fighting for 4 places, and it's in your best interest to try and get the top 2. So there's an incentive to try to win every game, because those top 2 places save you one further round of play, really, unless you lose the 1-2 game.
Little for line.
Well, gets you 2 bites of the pie, really, to try and make it to the final. Do you think the Page playoffs has been a welcome addition over the last few years, Richard?
Okay.
Well, it's a different way of playing it to the final. I think it's for a lot of people it's a bit complicated to understand.
I think the players certainly appreciate it, though.
Well, the players always like to have as many chances to stay in the competition, so it's really what it does, provide you with another opportunity.
Yeah, and I guess the other argument is that it might be less likely for a team who's doing particularly well in the round robin to maybe manipulate the last rounds and try and fiddle things so they get the right team to play against in the semi-finals.
Yeah, never heard of that happening. Actually, when really in the instances where you suspect that might have happened, it's curious, but the team then rarely wins the game they try to have set up to be playing against somebody then who they think might be not as strong as a different team. Well, they end up losing to them.
Well, Richard, they call that karma. Well, looks like it's going to be a defensive second end here. I'm surprised the Chinese have pushed pretty hard all week. And certainly no stranger to throwing a corner guard, trying to generate some play out to the wings. But maybe that's a testament to the quality of the setup play by Ryan Brunt, the American lead. With his first stone getting in a good position that the Chinese aren't willing to ignore.
Okay. Move soft, Rob. Move soft.
Three parts of the 4 US players coming from Minnesota. Probably the centre of US curling over the years. Frenson from Bemidji.
Have you ever been to Bemidji, Richard?
I haven't. I have been to Minnesota. Duluth, Joe Polo from Duluth.
Yeah, we never actually made it to Duluth. We were supposed to go and practice there before the World Juniors in Evelyn, but we got snowed in. Can think of better places to be snowed in.
Where were you snowed in? Evelyn. Ah. Well, Evelyn's in the mining area, surface mining area in Minnesota. And Duluth on the Great Lakes.
Oh.
3
Oh.
2
8 sheets of curling in Duluth when I was last there.
Well, this whole Chinese team is from Harbin. Very warm in the arena, bit of perspiration on the brow of Ba Zixin. Harbin in the northeast of China, of course, hosted the World University Games not too long ago.
Easy.
A resort city.
2009,
a little bigger than mine.
where this Chinese team won bronze.
Yep, that's good.
Mountain resort area.
这个正常大的大力，大点。
So, Xu Xiaoming.
Hard. Hard.
His first stone here in the second end. So he will hit and roll in.
这边。 清风水。
Rojeski will attempt to hit and stick in the rings.
Clean.
Well, Richard, these first two ends, not the best entertainment, but good for the time clocks.
Same throw, I thought.
More weighty.
Of course, by throwing takeouts and playing a simple game, then you can save a bit of time. That's Al Hackner.
More weighty.
I think actually
Hackner was two-time world champion in 1982 and 1985 in Glasgow's Kelvin Hall. Quite an occasion, the last World Championship, sponsored by Air Canada Silver Broom, as it was known in those days.
And there's his Canadian opposite number, Marcel Rock. Lead for the Ferbey Fort. As I was kind of touching on before, Randy Ferbey, the skipper of that team, will be honoured by being invited to join the World Curling Federation Hall of Fame at the 2015 World Championships in Halifax, Canada next year.
Yeah, okay.
Is that your invention, the Hall of Fame, Richard?
Take the rock. I got my gripper on. Take the rock.
Well, meanwhile, on sheet C, we'll take a look at the end of the first end, Germany and the Czech Republic. And this is Yihi Seatil, of course, suffered a great disappointment at the Olympic qualification event in Fussen in December. Had two chances to make it to the big show, losing out to Germany the first time and then the United States the second time. Clearly heartbroken. Having a bit of a mixed bag this week.
Okay.
Some good skipping there to sweep that one to the right spot, and it's going to be 3 yellows and 3 scored for Czech Republic in what you would think is an important game for Germany to win on 4 wins and 3 losses. They want to stay in the hunt for the playoffs.
Hard. Go. Hard. Hard.
Clean.
Hard.
Clean. Hard.
Meanwhile, back in our feature game, China against US, the swapping of hits continues. China have the advantage of the last stone, but they've made no effort whatsoever to try to score more than 1 point. So either of the first two ends, happy just to swap hits.
Yeah.
Of course, it's
Assuming it'll
less
curl
in the
like mine
interest
and
of
Sean's second.
Pete Fenson to try something in the early ends.
Drop!
Whoa, whoa.
On the side one.
Oh, just hits and rolls out of the rings.
Oh,
Trying to
break. Oh, sorry.
check that yellow stone on the side of the red.
Stick it on there.
Oh, you don't like yours? Well, I think that one is straight. So we're going to ditch it. Which one, bro?
There will be more important shots for Pete Fenson to play in this game than that one. But something else that this gives the teams an opportunity to do is to kind of work their stones out, and without any risk, Leo Ray is just going to throw this one through the back. But they were just saying there that I think that second stone that Pete Fenson has is maybe a little bit straighter than his other one. So he's going to ditch that, give it to the lead player. They get handed all the junk.
你这场地一顺着呼呼往下掉。
Second end blanked here in a featured game, USA and China. Yeah, so one of those stones in there, Pete Fenson not liking too much. I'm not sure exactly which one he was throwing.
Well, I don't think there's too much wrong with the stones. Weird. You look at the play.
It felt weird.
Well, the stones.
All right. Is there anything funky with his pair?
Well, no matter. 2 ends played and no score here. All 4 sheets being used in this 13th drop. We'll try and keep you afloat with what's happening elsewhere in the arena. So we just saw Czech Republic taking 3 from Germany in the first end. Scotland and Russia in a bit of a basement battle, both on 5 losses. Sorry, 6 losses. And Switzerland and Sweden in a rerun of the 2011 World Junior Final. Peter de Cruz against Oscar Eriksson. Oscar Eriksson won on that occasion. Both these teams, their first time at the World Championships, are still very much in the mix for the playoffs. Been doing a lot of damage on the World Curling Tour. Well, it'll be interesting to see whether USA are content to keep throwing this stone into the house and whittling away the ends. It looks like they're going to have a change of strategy here and toss up a centre guard.
Good idea.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see some stones in play this end, Richard.
All right, Ryan.
I think they have to try and force the play. Clearly, Leo Ray is not too bothered about that at the moment. So Fenson try something different. Chinese got to try and come round this guard. Line on top of the 4-foot. Don't want to be past the tee line.
Certainly don't want to be just on the backside of the tee line.
It's not the ideal spot.
No, I think if the some better communication there of the weight from the sweepers, and might have been able to put that further back in the house in a less threatening position to them. It's a very useful stone for the USA.
Okay, line's good now. Yep, yep, still have a little room. Glue it on here. Yep. Yep, yes, we're going. Get the curl. Come on, boys, go. Go, 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 go. Go, go.
They're leaving that one as late as they can.
Well, just not sweeping that stone. Just trying to let it curl a bit more.
Is that the straight one or what?
You need all the sweeping for distance.
Straight.
Yeah, a chance here early on in this third end for the Chinese. See it, there is a little bit of air between the edge of the guard and the edge of the stone on the centre line in the house. So maybe Zhang Xiaolang can make the hit and roll here. Xiaolang, also known as Scott, that's his Western name. Well, opportunity missed.
You've been called something different from Scott after that shot, anyway.
I think I like this. Just hitting it and rolling under the center.
Well, at least that red stone in the 8-foot circle has a little bit of nuisance value. It's in front of the 4-foot. USA certainly won't want to leave that lying around.
A chance here for US to force the play a little bit with a good roll off this one. Not bad, a little bit more than he wanted really, but stuck behind the guard. It would certainly been in a good position for the fencing team. Just over curling a bit, sweeping not holding it enough to leave it lying behind the guard stone. So a chance for Leo Ray to hit and roll off this into the 4-foot circle. Second player for China, Badashin. He's got the hit but not the roll. Not enough anyway. So another opportunity for fencing to set up a good position here.
A little bigger than last one.
Now and over curls on this occasion, trying to get them separated to prevent an easy double takeout for the Chinese.
Just jumping. It's looking really good, actually.
How would you not have been happier with the hit behind the guard there? Look.
Yeah, absolutely, Richard. They would like to stay over there behind the guard.
So second stone for Badashin. I watched some of these releases of the stones and it looks very close to double releases at times. Great shot from Badashin, exactly what the US didn't want, leaving up double opportunity for China, which they make. Watch this double release.
I think that one is okay. I think the one to maybe watch out for, Richard, is Leo Ray. I think it's a little bit suspect at times.
Well, that looked awfully like a double release to me. Touched it again after he let go.
Well, myself and Kenny were talking about this yesterday, and we're saying that not actually many stones get removed from that, and the for that reason, and the eye on the hog handles don't actually protect that either.
That's right. It's illegal, not allowed.
Yeah, we weren't really aware of any stones that ever being removed for those reasons in the past, but Mr. Miller wrote to me on Twitter and told me that a stone was removed in the Winter Olympics in Sochi for the American side against Germany.
It's a little bit like a foot fault in tennis. You don't expect to get had for that, and then suddenly somebody does it.
Well, it definitely would be controversial if it was to happen.
Well, we're not going to impose the rules. Maybe we shouldn't have the rule.
I'll leave that up to you and your pals to decide, Richard.
Well, it's quite an old rule, actually. It's not one that I think has been particularly reviewed lately.
And here's a look over the other side of Capital Gymnasium, Switzerland and Sweden. Peter de Cruz there holding the brush, and looks like his fourth player, young Benoit Schwartz, has an open takeout to score 2 here in the first end. Sorry, in the second end. First end was blank. So both of these teams are on 3 losses. And it will be a score of 2. Benoit Schwartz has been on absolute fire at times this week, in particular against the Chinese, who just couldn't miss.
It will turn right here at this logo. Okay.
Called by some the Roger Federer of Swiss curling.
Got room to roll under?
Oh, yeah.
Well, still not much fireworks in this game.
One-ish. Okay.
So chance here to remove the shot, probably play a little bit less weight to allow the stone to curl. A wobbly delivery there. Certainly reduce the weight to try and get the roll in behind the guard. Great shot. Too far though.
Poked his nose out the other side of the guard, and Leo Ray will be able to access that yellow stone for a takeout.
It wasn't very good judgment by the sweepers, because they certainly could have swept that all the way and held it.
While the Chinese ponder that situation, what weight to throw here is Felix Schulze throwing last stones for Germany. Of course, the great Johnny Jarrett skipping and throwing third stones. He's going for the double here. Oh, that's a super shot. And much needed as well after a very horrific first end. Sneaks by the guard, makes the double and pushes it just far enough to put 2 on the board. Czech Republic 3, Germany 2.
So again, a little bit less weight on this takeout to try to get the connection with the stone and the roll away from the guard to prevent. Well, last stone here. High chance. Just discussing. Hit and roll out.
Yeah, well, we're going to hold high hopes of a score in this third end either, Richard.
No, Fenson is going to have a job to get this stone covered behind that guard. So far back in the rings.
Well, it's a straightforward shot. All they really need to do is just to hit and stick and force China to make a shot to blank the end.
Huh? A big 3. Oh, yeah. Far from 2 up.
Well, I'm not proud of it, Richard, but actually at the Scottish Championships this year, my team managed to blank the first 7 ends of the game, so
yeah, we're really you really can't.
It's not something I promote.
It's just going. Yeah.
No, I don't think that's particularly noteworthy.
Yeah, there's just a lot of particularly bad play on that occasion, so we're hoping that won't happen on this occasion. Here's Leo Ray with the in-turn takeout.
So the hit and roll out is what he wanted, and it's not what he got. He played the first 3 ends to try to score a 2 or blank the end, and he has scored a single point. So
yeah, it's a bit of a bonus really for the Americans. Giving up a point, but they get the hammer back, and after 3 ends, it's China 1 and the United States 0.
你的场地弧线大，一分分再来点儿就行。外边这个点我感觉出的也可以，但是就是还是下线。就是我跟我打那边的。
It's heavy. It's heavy. Oh, it's good. No, it's heavy.
The American guys out there having a good laugh and a joke, keeping spirits high and keeping relaxed, despite what's been a disappointing showing so far this week. 2 wins and 5 losses. Fencing very much kind of vanished off the scene for a few years after winning Olympic bronze. Let's have a look at this release. Just slid a little bit narrow. And not really even close to making the called shot. It's on the wrong side of the centre of the stone. Always good to keep your nose ahead on the scoreboard, so not an absolute disaster. Not at this stage of the game anyway.
So with a single point going to China, they will start the next end. 4th end here in the Capital Gymnasium in the western part of Beijing.
劲儿大不大？还行，6、7，有点大吧？还可以，还可以。有点大，5、6。
可以下线啊，
力量可以啊。
下线，下线。
力量很好。
好。
That one rests on the tee line. And there you see just a single score in the 3rd end so far. One for the United States. Not one that they wish to take. So the USA are going to try and generate some offense by using corner guards.
The distance, right? We're good.
And by corner guard I mean one that's not on the centre line. Of course, trying to keep the middle of the sheet open for their last stone. So they can draw one into the middle. Zhang Xiaolang having a good week, playing 86% so far.
3圈，力量行。力量等一等，可以等一等。能擦吗？等。力量可以，3。我。好球。不用着急，后边都能下。
Ryan Brunt playing 54% for the week. It was a little bit out of sorts in our featured game yesterday against Canada. Also been playing well other times throughout the week. Seems overly enamoured with this one.
I don't know what to do.
Should drag onto that one.
A little bit despondent about that one.
这好像一打应该是直线。站一个。看你背他球呗。这样。你现在进去，他一打那个，完全好像也是直往直了走。站一个。他要一打完没了，咱再往中间选。滑度也还行，太行了这边。就这点我还往上顶呢。
This gives China a chance to come around the centre guard again.
Oh,
Now the team playing 80% at second this week. That was a bit of a cardinal sin there for Ryan Brunt. The last thing you want to do is to choke up the middle of the sheet when you've got the last stone. You're almost better being heavy in these instances when you've got the last stone. So another guard goes in the centre line. I don't think P. Fenton will like this too much. I think they'll try and open this up a bit.
Okay. If you hit it the other way, it's the way we're going to get it.
The US so far have the 2 wins they've recorded were against Germany in the 5th round and against Russia in the 3rd round.
Yeah, Joe Polo playing 84% for the tournament. So good stats for the United States front end.
What? I know. I'm not trying to throw it short.
Well, Fenton just having a little nip there at lead player Ryan Brunt, letting him know that's not really acceptable to throw a shot there when you've got the last stone.
力量，1、2、
2、3、能不能可以点？等一等，还够，降了，继续，再看一下，2，开始下了啊。哦，2，哇！
Well, good guard once again and nicely lined up, so makes it difficult for the US to clear all the stones off the centre line and run the shooter away. Well, that might have even made things worse for the Americans.
Had to hit on the other side.
Bigger stagger on the 2 guards tight to the house.
不需要。
Oh, now a terrific chance for Su Xiaoming to come around and really turn up the heat on the USA here. Important to keep in front of the T line.
Chinese team all full-time curlers. They really should be good at making lots of shots, especially having an eye in for draw weight. They should be making draws all the time if they're full-time curlers. Lots of time to practice that. So Sean Rojeski. 3rd man for Benson, 75% throughout these championships. So, but on the low side, partly explaining why the US have only recorded a couple of wins.
Yeah, not one of his better performances at international championships. You're really looking for all your players to be playing over 80% if you want to realistically be making the playoffs.
Second shot here in the 4th end. Just trying to guard the 2 stones of China in the house. That's pretty good there. Doesn't allow the raise. I don't think they can move all 3 out to play, do you? Possibly get 2 though.
I think you can get pretty close if you hit this first one 3/4. You might just nick the one on the button as well. Certainly no shortage of speed here from Sean Rojeski. Maybe a little bit of a shortage of accuracy.
Yeah.
So a couple of half shots from Rajeski. Not easy ones, but not really improving the situation. And it just shows how important the lead stones are. If you don't get them quite right, then so often you're just having to chase the whole end. Meanwhile, just next door, Sheet C, Germany and the Czech Republic. Here's Yiji Sneetil live, drawing against 2 red stones in 12 foot.
Fine, innovate.
Just needs to be in the circle to open up a 2-shot lead after the end. Sneetil just keeping the brush down on this one. No problem at all. Against played Czech Republic 4, Germany 2.
Tady ta strana má do kostí jako blázen, jenomže jsme hráli odsud.
So still China lying nicely here in the fourth end.
You can make it just across the
Fenson considering what to do with this.
hit something.
Get a raise on his own yellow shot, perhaps nail it onto the
crossface.
no, looking more like the raise on the Chinese red stone, and again hoping to at least dislodge one of these stones out of there, preferably both of them.
Probably more than a little too.
Well, quite often you find if you've got one player struggling, then the person to follow them will be struggling a little bit. 77%, not too bad. Probably be a little bit higher if he was throwing easier shots.
Get out of there. Okay. Got a winger.
It was close, but the shooter lying in the rings, visible from the other end at least, but
He was right.
a lot of guards out to the front there, causing the US some considerable
他打定他也没有不赢那个意思，就是这儿就看着。
Su Xiaoming and Lea Ray discussing just exactly what to do here. Don't think they can go too far wrong. Drawing another shot in round these guards into perhaps the top of the 8-foot or even the top of the 4-foot circle. Where would you put this one, Logan?
Well, somewhere around just anywhere really between the stone and the button and the top of the 8-foot would really put them in good shape. Perhaps if they stayed higher in the house, it might make it more difficult for the Americans to score here. Left this.
My preference is to put it further in and try and. It's a good chance to steal more than 1 point at the moment, so we need 2 points here by narrowing the line that Fenson might have to draw to with this last stone. So much the better.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit of risk and reward here. Leo Ray only playing 76% so far this week. So if he stays higher in the house, it's easier for the Americans to make a run back onto it. So what's the answer
there,
here?
I don't think it's pretty good. About as good as it gets. So Fenson can raise that front yellow between the 2
make that, can I?
orange commercial signage.
You don't think
Yeah, well, I don't think the USA wants to go
Boy, roll it out here.
too.
I mean, this is
Don't
tough
want to
too.
throw
man.
too much of a Hail Mary here to go and try and score here in the
here.
in the 4th end. Even if they can reduce this to a loss
Get
of
it
1,
going
then
right through the
I
side.
think that would be a success here.
That's going to be close, isn't it?
It's going to be really close. What do you think we got for a week here?
If it overcurls, you tap it. They're going to be one. Right. Like that?
Yeah?
Need a little more.
Should be good, huh? You're just
Okay.
throwing,
4, 4, 5.
man.
It does look like that tap up is there on the Yellowstone closest
At that point,
to
it's
the
just
house
going to be,
that you
you're
mentioned.
just going to play it right off the edge of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're saying it's tough to make?
Yeah.
They can raise either of these 2 stones really, but
It's not going to be cranking in
a
there.
giant mess the US are in at the moment.
across, but I'm
Here
not sure.
in the 4th end.
A little bit more of a
Start
gap.
with more room your way.
And it really all stemmed from a mistake from the lead.
This gives us the tee, right?
He's taking the house and directing the play when fencing comes to play.
Yeah, right on the edge.
Why is that, do you think? Why is he doing that, not the third player? Is he no good at sweeping?
I don't know. I think they've been trying a few different formulas with different players, and this is a similar kind of setup to what they had in the 2006 Olympics all the way back there, with Schuster throwing lead stones and playing vice. So I obviously feel like the rest of the team do their roles pretty well. They want to stick with that, and they're trying to find somebody who's up to the task of carrying out this lead and vice role.
I don't think it's all that much. It doesn't look bad to me.
So the eventual shot.
Yep, it's good. Yep.
This last stone here in the fourth end, lying 3 against.
Hard!
Struggling for line at the moment. Next. And pushes it far enough to out-count 1, but it's still going to be a steal 2 here in the fourth end, and I think they knew they were up against it even after lead stones. So, 4 ends played, and it's China 3, United States 0.
行，6，一个6，一个。
对，你第二个张鑫磕到100多起。
我这俩都奔5、6那样投，我先把力量投上。
Switzerland and Sweden. Switzerland scoring 2 in the first end, and Sweden throwing the yellow stones. Just needs to remove that red and stick around, and it could well be a score of 3 for Oscar Eriksson here in the third end. Looks like he's got this one fully under control, and the simplest of shots to put a triple on the board, and 3 ends played. It's Sweden 3, Switzerland 2.
Here's Pete. Big problem here, lying 2 against. Lying 3 against, a bigger pardon. Attempting to raise this shot up. Catches the guard, wrong line completely. It's a little bit lucky to outcount one of them, but still gives up 2. So 3-0 it is for China. Zhang Zheling. 5th end.
Well, he wants to get this one into the house. They've got a 3-shot lead there here, and want to give the Americans anything extra to come around. A great sweep there by Badu Xin and Zhu Xiaoming.
Step line. Soft. Okay. Okay, for distance now.
So the Chinese are all full-time curlers.
Pretty high.
And the Americans are not.
I got it.
What do they all do? Pizza shop owner, fireman. Couple of managers. It's difficult, Logan, to be playing against full-time curlers when it's still your hobby, even if you give a lot of time to it. It's different giving a lot of time to full-time. We know that as well in Scotland.
Yeah, definitely, and it's something that a lot of up-and-coming teams have to face, especially the ones who haven't quite reached the top in their country and getting that full-time funding. Then they have a lot of commitments that they have to juggle other than just their training and their competition commitments, which will obviously use up a lot of time. They've obviously got their family lives, their social lives, their work commitments especially, and it's part of the trick is trying to find a sympathetic employer who's willing to kind of help you out a little bit and be a little bit flexible
Freeze it in here, no
to allow you to try and fulfill your curling dreams. Owning your own business seems to be a good way to go about it. So anyway, here's Badashin going to start peeling off these corner guards.
So China happy to play defensively now. The US having to play catch up. 3-0. They trail after 4 ends. And it's an important game for China, because they really need to win to keep the pressure on the top teams. They are not in the top spots, but they do still have the chance to qualify. US a bit more difficult, depending on other people
we're on our own half.
losing now with 5 losses themselves.
Line's not bad. You don't have to go.
And I think maybe in the United States they need to have a rethink about their curling at the top level. They do not send strong enough teams to Worlds or Olympics. And it's very tough for these teams to take on the might of Sweden, Canada of course, but certainly Sweden and UK, who are both full-time curling countries for the very top teams. Same with China of course.
Yeah, I think as far as United States goes, their elite program is very much in its infancy though. It's just kind of the last few years they've decided to have a performance director sort of role, where they brought over a Scottish man called Derek Brown to take on the role. And I think it's going to be it's going to take a few years. It's all these things, when you start making these changes, it's going to be a little bit of a change in culture for the curlers at the top level. So it does take a little bit of time, but maybe they've started to head in that direction.
I don't think they've decided on the full-time component of it yet though, and they'll have to go that route to have success. A lot of people don't want to do that, of course, because they can't participate at that level or give over the time, so it narrows down the field, but it does mean that they can perhaps push the fewer people onto higher levels.
He's getting slower out now.
Well, there's no doubt it has to be the way to go for countries these days. And don't necessarily need to be full-time, Richard, but you certainly have to be able to put a lot of time in.
Right on. Mine's a little tight. Right on that one. No bounce.
There we are, back to this
Freeze it up.
game. 14.5 for draw weight.
Yeah, they're looking for something around the kind of top of the forefoot here, so 15-ish should be good.
Through the hole.
14.6, a little bit pacey. That's going to run all the way to the tee line.
Okay.
That's actually not a horrible spot.
No.
It's actually not too bad. 那他再往前面投都打不出去了吧？打那个边上黄的大包呢？有大包吗？
没有，这样得打这个包。不是你这。
Ray having a look at the shot to see how he can eliminate the US stones.
你再看看角度，时间有的是。对。
Well, I think if it was me out there, I'd be tempted to hit the yellow stone that's actually in 4th shot position. You can chip that out and roll into your own red and sit frozen on the shot stone.
我打这是在靠着
To me, I think the worry about hitting the yellow stone that's lying shot directly is that you create a big pocket for the Americans to lay one in with their next stone.
或者是我打完停这儿，
这样是肯定是坐这儿了。
这也行，看点吧。有，但是吧，先把薄点打了。
If you hit and roll off the outside yellow, will you not still create something of a pocket to come to for the US? I think so.
I don't think so. I think you would want to move the one on the centre line as well and kick it out wide so that you're just preventing the grouping of the stones a little
偏一
bit.
点啊。
你打完了，让这个球、这俩球都往这边。
Another option could be to slash the outside of the red on the centre line, hit it into the yellow and just lie two.
那个太薄了。
过来直接打这不也是2分牵制？
Or he could hit the area just to the on the right hand side of that one in the 4-foot circle.
对，这个也是定的。
Push his red stone on the right out towards the wing.
也差不多能把它打。
So a few options here, and really not so much about this shot, but the resulting lay of the stones after the shot has been played, and how easy or difficult it will be for US to make something of it. So that's where the shooter ends up. It's almost as important as taking the yellow stone out. I think they've elected Logan's selection here to take this front one out.
Yeah, I think this is a good call. They can hit this as thin as they like. Anywhere on the right hand side of the stones is going to be good. And that's not on the right hand side of the stone, so bad result and a good opportunity now for Fenson and his US team. I don't think he really expected that one, so he's going to spend some time kind of having a rethink at the moment.
He's just going to.
So what would you do here? US have got last stone advantage. We're in the second half of this end. Problem about taking the red stone on the top of the 4-foot out is that the remaining stones that you would have there would not be well spread across the house and leave a fairly straightforward double potentially.
It's the same shot then.
So Rojecki.
That wheat, where did it end up last time? Pretty nice. Would have been back button.
Well, this isn't an easy shot. They're trying to freeze the inside of this red stone.
Swept it quite a bit.
Another option could be to draw around those two stones in the centre line.
Line's tight again.
Split out more.
Sweeper straight onto that one.
Line's pretty tight.
Line's really quick. There.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what to do with it.
Tight line here is on the inside of this.
I don't know what to do with it. Tap the red.
Yep.
Yep, go. Just go for distance. Just go. Go, 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 go. Go. Go, 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 go.
Just like that.
That's about
You're just not, it's not over there, eh?
3 feet to the right of where he'd planned to be.
So
either bad icing of the shot or player not finishing anywhere close to the line he should have been taking.
看看啊，你直接奔这个这么打呢？这么打？
不问这个，跟这俩。
对，先刮它肯定是最好的，偏一点也行。
So Leo Ray and Xu Xiaoming
一半就行是吧？
looking at the angles here.
对，一半就行。
点儿，一半儿，
Hoping for the
一半
raise
半，一半。
on the inside of that front yellow on the right and roll across to the centre. Tap the other one out. Or use the red stone on the top of the 12-foot to do that.
Yeah, there's a whole heap of things that could happen here with this red stone, so it's just kind of aiming at an area of the stone and seeing what happens. A little bit of hot sauce on that one.
Leo Ray. That was pretty much the aim.
Yeah, great result. Difficult to see who's lying shot though. Maybe that one at the top of the house lying.
This, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. He's got to do it soft.
So we can see again this shot of Leo Ray's. He does make connection on the 2 yellows with that front red stone. And moves the one on the right out into the open. Of course, his
just smashes it, right?
Other red stone lying in front of Fenson's yellow in that white area, the 8-foot circle area.
Okay.
So
Roll it right into that pocket.
Okay. You throw 2 up.
Yeah, same thing I've been throwing.
Coach Marcel having a good look at the angles down there.
he's bird watching. Anyway.
Well, there's plenty of duck here in Beijing anyway.
2 up.
There is
Roll it right
indeed.
into that pocket over there. Okay.
So going for the double, I think, here.
A little more ice, probably.
To lie 3. The problem will be that the 3 yellow stones, if this comes off, the 3 yellow stones will be pretty close together.
Yep. Pretty easy too.
High delivery of Fenson.
Hard! Hard! Hard!
Well, struggling to hit this on the outside. Yeah, it's right on the beak.
I thought it was soft. Yeah.
It's not the end of the world, that shot, but
Just too soft.
he's
threw it
definitely
out
going to
there
try and score
nicely.
2 points coming to come back here in this 5th end. He's got last stone advantage. There's 2 stones remaining, one for
It ran, but
Leo Ray and one for
I mean, I was just telling Ryan,
US.
ice is sensitive if you're 2 instead of 2 down.
China just need to be a little bit careful here. Don't have the last stone, and USA lying 3rd and 4th shot, certainly. The 3 of those yellows round about 1 red.
Leo Ray is conscious of the possibility of losing a big end of stones to the US, so he is going to play a controlled weight takeout on this one. Just push his own red onto the back yellow. Perhaps his shooter in behind that shot. No, he's not doing that. He's hitting the front stone of Fenson's to lie. 3rd shot.
So he's maybe not rolled quite far enough here. Could be a shot off that wide yellow to score 2.
I don't know what else I would throw. I mean,
Yeah, the idea there being to make sure
it's not a
that
gimme.
it's as tough as possible for Fenson to score his 2 points here.
Does it really matter if he gets 1 or 2?
It was important for Leo Ray to be lying
Take a look.
in 3rd stone position with that counter at the top of the house ahead of the yellow one on the right. And the reason for that is that it would have allowed Fenson more scope just to have a shot at removing this red one and not needing his shooter to stick around.
Well,
But he could hit the right-hand side of the red stone, roll onto his own yellow shot on the right and use it as a catcher, and that way he would probably pick up 2.
Well, I don't like.
I'm not sure, Richard. I think you'd have to hit the red pretty thin to get it across the top of the yellow, and you might actually slide off the other side of the,
Right, same deal.
off the bottom side of the yellow. If they're lying shot at the moment, like I think they might be, then they should probably just throw the draw to the 4-foot. The other option that they're looking at is that they could maybe try a double on the reds to score 3.
It's definitely fraught with danger
that high.
because the back yellow stone
You
is
just want to tick it through the.
quite poorly placed for them to take any advantage of.
I think
That's
if they're
got
not
higher
sure
power.
about who's lying
That's
shot,
higher
then
power.
they should probably try the double off the white yellow.
One of them to make them. So
I think if they only score 1 here,
Yeah, true.
it's going to be a long, hard game for them.
True.
It's just this one's for 3.
Play this.
Yeah.
Let's play this. I'll turn down the line.
Well, he's going for it. He's going for the riskiest option.
Just a hair thick,
with the most reward.
You may still, make the double.
As we say in Scotland, but
too thick.
you need to risk it to get the
Other
biscuit.
side's easy, isn't it? What's not easy about it? I don't know.
So accurate take-out play required here from Pete Fenson here in the fifth end. If he gets the wrong angle on this, then he's quite likely
You gotta put it where
going
I
to give
have
up another shot to
he's okay.
China.
I'm gonna throw this kind of hard, I would imagine. 3 up. 3.
Okay, so don't want to hit this one high and give up a steal of 2.
Certainly not.
Dip.
Big swing delivery.
Well, must be pretty close. Has he made it? Oh, just papers past that red stone. And the US are going to give up a steal of 1.
And that was the danger.
Well, half-time in our featured game between the USA and China. And US still to get on the board. It's China 4, United States 0.
先这边掉点儿，说的就是，最后咔整你妈，我就以为掉呢。
In the third end of this game involving the United States and China, 2 blank ends, and this shot of Leo Ray's an attempt to blank the third end and hold last stone advantage going into end 4, but instead he hits and sticks to take a single point. In the next end, it's looking good for China. They're lying 2 stones in the house with Fenson. His last stone, an attempted tap up against the 2 for a single point. This one over curls. Instead of connecting with the outer stone and tapping it up, gets the inner one first. It will not go far enough, and 2 stones go the way of China for a 3-0 advantage after 4 ends. Into the 5th, and Fenson now going for a double takeout on those 2 red stones belonging to China. He has to get this shot extremely accurately. The sweeper's onto it immediately. He lets go. Last stone here in the 5th, sweeping like fury. He's not far away. Is he going to make the run back for 4 shots to 0? Door onto the neighbouring sheet. A look at Germany against Czech Republic. Czech Republic recovering from a slow start and off to a fast start in this game. 3 shots in the first end. 4-2 the score with Felix Schultz here. His last stone in the 4th end. Draw shot.
Sieht gut aus, Jungs. Nicht gut. Hard.
For the score to tie the score. Working it all the way for the point. Open draw for 1, and he will be short, I think. looks like one more point for Czech Republic. In the fourth end, a steal of a point it will be for them. And they lead 5 shots to 2 after 4 ends of play. We can also have a look at Switzerland and Sweden. They're playing on A board this afternoon. Lots of stones in play in this game. The 2 junior teams from a couple of years ago. For De Cruz, his 4th player is Benoit Schwartz, last stone in the 4th end. Benoit of the big shots. Is he going to make a big shot here? It certainly is not. It will be a steal of a point for Sweden to lead 4-2. Back then to our feature game this afternoon at the CPT World Men's Curling Championship 2014 in the Capital Gymnasium here in Beijing. This is the first stone of the 6th end. China happy to play the game in the house here, and they will take it right onto the 4-foot circle. US have to mount a bit of a charge now. 78% for Brunt in the first half of the game.
Believe it or not, you have
the
to
road
finish
percentage for elites.
You might have to finish it here.
Not
Yeah, go.
too bad, but it's not good enough to be challenging the top
Yep.
lead players.
Attaboy, good throw. Sweet guys.
So corner guard, but it's not too far off the 4-foot circle in terms of distance from the centre line. So second stone here for Zhang Jialang. 84% so far for him. China happy just to put this one in the house as well. And the stats for the first 4 ends show why China are leading 4-0. 3 stolen points they have. 6% ahead on the hits, 10 on the draws. Overall 8%.
We're shorter than that one.
Definitely a better scoring team in all departments.
Yeah, we're way over. These are too long. Okay, Ryan.
And unfortunately, this US team
Okay.
is really not strong enough to compete with a lot of the younger teams from elsewhere around the world now. 53 member associations in the World Curling Federation. And the competition gets more intense every year.
Even them up. Try and line them up.
And the game, of course, created and spread across the world by us Scottish people. Joe Polo then, second player for the US.
Right here, guys. Line them up. Come on, Joe. Nobody.
We'll throw up the second corner guard, ignoring the 2 Chinese stones in the centre of the house. And now Leo Ray will be doing his best to clear everything out from the front of the house. That's the big danger, that there can be some advantage taken by the US of these short stones, but not if they're not there.
Well, the United States going extremely aggressive here in the 6th end, continuing to throw these corner guards and get something going here. It's been one-way traffic so far in this game.
Hi, boy, Joe. Nice pair. Cut the judge, guys.
有一点下，有点下，有点下，和那边差不多。
So, China line 2 in the 4-foot circle, and we're already at the third players. Sean Rojitsky, 75%.
All playing his tournament average, if I remember rightly.
Back 4, back 8.
So they're going to try and draw around these two red stones in the house. Does it have the running follow and run? Really
keep going for line, keep going.
having to go
Keep going, Joe.
post to
Go,
post on this one.
Yeah, you're by there. You're by. Now it's overthrowing. Good. Okay, boy. Good sweep, guys. Great job.
Well, it's a really good draw from Sean Rojitsky.
站一个。
No real way to remove that that yellow stone. So I wonder, what do you do here if you're the Chinese? Do you just peel the guard? Probably the safest call, or do you just try and rumble these red stones around a little bit and give yourself a chance to remove this yellow next time?
Well, I would peel the guard.
但是你站，他还是往后旋，一往后旋，
Definitely.
正传正磕一
There's
点，
nothing
让
out
他直
front.
的，
You
对
can-
对对。
There's very little you can do about it.
也行。
Well, absolutely, Richard. If you peel the guard, then the only way
就给他往后传，怎么磕我看都行。
realistically that the US would be able to score 2 is by hitting these two front reds at some stage, and then you would be inevitably left a double takeout.
And quite a close double to the centre too, so it probably wouldn't be that hard to do, because to lift those two you need to be close to on the nose or on the nose with the front one.
碰上就行。
Well, the other option here, Richard, is just to throw a guard. Doesn't seem like the right thing to do when you've got a 4-shot lead, but the United States are running out of stones in this 6th end to be able to remove these two reds at the top of the 4-foot.
8、9力量，直接旋过去，有直接旋吗？往磕一下就行。
Well, they are coming in to try and rumble these around, and the angle's much better now for getting at that yellow stone. Two red stones lined up.
Yeah, it's a good shot from Xu Xiaoming.
You got to hit that my side, otherwise it just goes right on it.
I don't mind you throwing a couple more feet natural.
That stone of
Right.
the
Move these a
United
little.
States in the back 8-foot is
And it just goes right onto our back.
it's
Try and
really
throw it back
not,
here on your own.
It's not a great stone in the grand scheme of things, and they've got to try and make it count for a shot at the end of this.
Oh, it looks big. That looks big.
Okay, well, they need to
Wait a
change
minute more.
the
Just want this much.
angles in these two reds.
How about 8? 8 to half. Half that one. Oh, we're going to buy it. Yeah, I can't say it.
Too much weight.
Can't do anything with it.
So what have they resulted with here?
Okay.
Oh, that's a push shot. That's really not a good shot at all. China line 3, and we're down to skip stones as far as the US are concerned. They only have 2 remaining to make something of this.
我出那点来了。
We can have a look also at an update on sheet C next door, where Czech Republic are
咱这个
leading Germany 5 shots to 2, and Felix Schultz
这个
his last stone in the 5th end, failing in the last end, of course, and giving up a steal of a point to Schnittel and his Czech team.
正压，
我
这边给露个脚，跳打舍完后，然后给拿这边一传，
Okay.
露一点。
Good. One red.
Hitting staying for 1 point out of the score to 5-3, but of course with that he gives up last stone advantage going into the 6th end. So back to Leo Ray. We are almost an end ahead of the Czech-German game next door. Interesting to watch close-up of Leo Ray's release. See if our ingenious camera crew can deliver that for us, Logan.
I wouldn't put anything past them. This is a good guard thrown by Leo Ray.
Yeah, very good shot from Leo Ray. Have another look at Leo Ray here. Looked clean from that angle, the release. Oh, we're getting the... I think he's all right with that one. Keep a close eye on him.
Right. Head and hands times for Pete Fenson.
Right now, unless you try and get it off like that.
And it is.
Even if we stick it, right?
One-way traffic in this game, I'm afraid, for the US, and
that's why I think you just go here.
It's not going in their direction at all. The problem they've got is they've got to try and make that yellow counter at the back somehow count for them. Otherwise, they're never going to pick up 2 points here. In fact, they're at the moment in danger of losing even more stones the way this end is set up.
He's been talking about that for a couple of minutes already.
He's perhaps got to take that red one out, the one on the right, and roll him behind.
I don't have anything else to run.
And then hope Leo Ray can't get to it and draw for 2 right in at the 1 foot circle. What do you think?
Well, they're looking at
or
this
come off that one, then
the
he doesn't
yellow
have
at
the
the top of the screen there.
playing the run in, misses the run and we drop for 2.
It seems like a bit of a crazy
We're
call,
hoping
but
for he misses
it looks like the only way that they're actually going to be able to get multiple score in this end.
Or you just want to...
Can he not hit
run and just try and
the
drop
This gives us a chance at the bigger end.
stone on the right, roll in behind? Hope
Do
that
we need
Leo
that
Ray
right now?
doesn't
Maybe
get
not,
to
might
it
be
and
four
then
down.
just draw to the 1 foot. That's about the other option. It looks to me a lot easier than this.
Is this worthy of a timeout here?
Yeah, maybe.
High wire shot being contemplated.
Oh, they're calling a timeout here.
These are the timeouts coaches love.
Yeah. Timeout! Timeout!
They stopped it. They're talking.
Well, I
don't mind. I don't mind the run just to give us a little room at the draw. That's
red
my
run?
only. Yeah.
Ugh.
That's my opinion.
I mean,
Whose opinion was that?
coming
Polo's.
across right here, I mean, you're not going to get this one out.
Mr. Rojeski.
It doesn't matter if we get it out, right?
Well, he got them in this mess, so
Quarters or something under.
he's got to contribute to get them out of it.
Catches those away. If he doesn't nut everything, he'll hit this thing for 3.
You don't think he'll just draw and freeze on the button?
He might.
You don't, and you
But
like
if you shot rock.
and you like the hit and roll better than
Our
the
two-time
straight
world
draw.
champion.
Well, if you
He wishes he still
if you do
could
straight
get
draw,
out
he
and
can
play this
use
shot
that to come
himself.
off it, or he can come. There's a couple ways to get at it, right?
Yeah, I know.
You get rid of that rock and go on. That's a tough shot. But if you make it, forces him to either draw or run that thing. If he runs that one, he brings in the 3 in play. If you draw,
I know he's coming off that.
coming off that, he's not.
Okay.
Well, you get the impression that Pete Fenson isn't in love with
Yeah,
the
well,
situation.
No, and neither would you be in this situation. I have to say, listening to Hackner there,
What would really be great is to
to a
roll
few
to here.
coaches over the last few weeks
that these
giving
aren't
comment on the
completely
situation.
stiff, okay?
A lot of them are quite afraid to commit to anything, but he was
hard we throw
pretty
in that about
straightforward
two.
about what to do here.
Just 2.
Quite like that.
Take it a little more there.
Trying to, if he's going to try to play some sort of a run in to try and get it out, he's going to open it up and maybe
Different
leave us a
approaches
shot
out
for
there
more
to
than,
the timeouts.
Well, I
More
think this
than
is a
2.
shot that is probably the least bad shot.
Okay.
Hit and roll in off this stone, I think is what they're going for now.
Roll, Joe. Try and not
The
roll
one I
it dead into
suggested
that
5 minutes
pile.
ago.
Try and overroll.
stagger it a little.
But I'd like this to be shot.
Tactical
You
knowledge
gotta be shot.
overwhelms
That's
the
probably the most
coaches.
important. Well, jeez.
Of course, he has to make the shot now. If he hits and catches half of it and runs, he's
Okay.
not in too good shape. Leo Ray, I'm sure, would then block the draw to the 4 foot. Important shot here. 68% to make this one.
Close. Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Must get the roll or it
Hard!
leaves Ray the hit and stick. Oh, it's going to roll too far. Well, you have to say that must be faulty on the sweeper's part because the stone over curled and they never touched it the whole way down. If they'd been sweeping that and held it.
Yeah, just seemed to dive on them there.
Outside the rock.
Completely missed the break.
But they should know that's going to happen now. We're in the 13th round of their 8th game of 11. Just don't look very sharp at all, the US, I'm afraid.
Nothing fancy required here from Leo Ray. Just to hit this back one. So still a little bit wary of this angled raise on the yellow. Just potentially be a score of 3 if they hit it absolutely flush.
I think this is the right shot for Leo Ray to go for. Last stone here belongs to Fenson. He's going to need it. Will hit and roll to the outside. That prevents anything for Fenson to come to with his draw shot. He needs to draw to the full red here for a single point.
Now you
4-0 behind.
rocks.
It's not a nice situation.
He won't even sweep their roll there. He could have rolled that out. And only line 2 then. All right, touch the button.
I think that disharmony in the team here too. You can hear him saying he could have swept that out.
Give us a lot of 80.
70.
Brunt.
Yeah.
70.
70, 75.
All right.
75-ish, yeah.
Okay.
No higher than that, I don't think.
It's not a 70.
No, don't throw it any higher on the clock than that. So go 70 to 75.
So a tough shot here for the United States to score.
This is a shot though that the full-time teams at Winter Olympics make 9 times out of 10. Draw shot to the 4-foot circle, full 4-foot.
Yeah, and actually it's as much about the sweepers as the throwers. The full-time guys have a lot of opportunity to train for sweeping and
64.
learn how to judge these. They can drag them further as well. So Fenson, I think a bit of frustration in this one. It's going to drift right through for a steal of 3.
Terrible shot from Fenson. Seven nothing. The US now trail to.
You got somewhere to go? Out of 64.
China.
Even still, a lot of
Can't
glide.
score any points in the game. We call it a
Never
granny
got
at
in
home.
there and slowed down at all.
Yeah, I mean, that should have been, even at that, should have been probably a little closer than that.
It's now a case of saving a little bit of honour by maybe getting a point.
Well, and I think this view shows something really interesting from a sports psychology point of view, in that if you're a team and you're functioning well, it's natural that you stand very close together and you've got good proximity with one another. Whereas they're all extremely spread out. You look at the Chinese guys and they're grouped together and discussing what they're going to do in the next end. And yeah, the American guys are all standing far apart and just looking at each other and looking extremely despondent right now.
Trouble here is they're not even making the simple shots, which are vital shots. That was a turn of 4 points. So the game is lost, I think. Don't come back from 7-0 down at this level. The Chinese competent players. So here is Pete Fenson's last draw attempt to to the 4 foot, and it will be really far too heavy.
Yeah, you wouldn't have seen that happen 8 years ago. Big mistake. I think that look says it all.
So we're into the 7th end, 7-0 the score in favour of China. Fencing. What to do now? Corner guard, I guess, same as the last time. Just look at that scoreline, 1-2, 1-3. Took 3 ends to get going. Leo Ray making a mistake at the 3rd end, taking a single point. He certainly wouldn't have thought he was going to steal 6 more in the next 3 ends.
No, he might have just taken his one in the 1st end if he knew that was going to happen.
Okay. Corner guard is out, and
Scott's just going to throw this one away. He seems to be the real character of the team, and he's like the team unity guy.
Oh, it's heavy.
And quite often it's just a shot here and a shot there. This US team is not a bad team by any means, but just haven't been at their best today. And China have been really quite clinical.
yeah, they play the simple shots well. They play them to a high percentage.
Here from Pa Duxin, and I wonder if he's already left for the changing rooms. Needs to make sure he stays switched on to see this game out.
Have a little look at the
Weight's good.
statistics, and it's Skip fencing on 60% against Leo Ray on 80.
Yeah, but again, you could argue that that could be a product of at 3rd position. There's a big gulf between the 2 3rd players. Sean Rajewski being outplayed by nearly 15% by Su Xiaoming. Pete Fenson's shots certainly haven't been easy ones.
Well, the draw to the 4 foot wasn't that hard.
Well, look over here, sheet B. Look at all those red stones in there. Scotland lying possibly 2 in there. So this is the final stone of the 6th end. Ewan McDonald. Looks like he's going to try a little angled tap on this red guard out front. How does it look? Not too far away, I would suggest. Pushes it up, nicks it. How many is it? 2? Well, not too sure how many they were lying before that one, but still a deuce on the board in the 6th end for Scotland. The basement battle here. They open up a 3-shot lead over Russia, 6-3. Back on sheet D, here's Su Xiaoming trying to make the peel, and showing Badushin how it should have been done the first time.
Not in much danger though, China.
Yeah.
Lie one on the forefoot.
Yeah.
US have got the one guard remaining. Jeski then. 71% thus far.
Line's good. Behind the red.
Oh, we're back there. We're back there.
Trying to get round this corner guard.
Yep, go, 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 go.
Jeez, really?
Some just snap hook and some don't.
Too good.
Yeah. It's a good throw.
Oh, I think Pete Fenson's looking a little bit frustrated out there. Feels like nothing's going his way. Really struggling to make shots for a combination of reasons, but he's even struggling to read the ice at the moment. Sheet A, Switzerland and Sweden both tied on 3 losses, and Sweden leading by 4 shots to 2. Here's Benoit Schwartz, who just has to hit the 8-foot to put 2 on the board and tie this game up after 6 ends. Tanner and Murphy on the brushes, and the crew's coming out to help. I think there's too much to panic about here.
So the same way, we'll just
Oh, it was actually for 3. There was a sneaky one in there that we didn't see. So
Another foot or 2.
Switzerland moving into the lead. And after 6 ends, it's Switzerland 5, Sweden 4.
Want to move this a foot or so.
It's a hair more.
Oh, yep.
Whoa, whoa, it's good.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Whoa.
Yep.
It's a 7.
Yep. Oh, 7. Oh. Yep. No. Sorry.
Back here, China lying 2 in the back of the 4-foot circle.
Okay.
Not the ideal place behind the tee line, and small chance for the US to score a couple of points at least, but that's probably not going to be enough for them to come back from a 7-shot deficit. Leo Ray.
Yep. 这个网是挤完了。
His team looking like advancing to 5 wins with this game. Well, still technically possible to get to the last 4 by the end of play tomorrow evening here in Beijing.
先确保打掉它。对，一半就行，一小半。
Well, a real gulf between the 2 fourth players. 80% plays 60. Henson just all out sorts today. Leo Ray is having a solid game. He's trying to peel this Yellowstone out. Can he get both of them? He cannot. So, bit of a chance here.
Plenty of granite shifting there. Chance here for Fenton to
real good.
actually
Not exactly
make something of this end. He's got
And it's only getting to here, right?
Yellowstone still counting. It's visible from the other end
Middle.
for a takeout from Leo Ray, but he does have the chance to come round behind the guard. Would you be tempted to come round on the other side and narrow the attempted hit on that stone that's already in the house? I mean, you're trying to score as many as possible. You've got to maybe risk trying to get 3 instead of only 2. It's not a big risk to come round on the out, turn round that guard and show him half of the first stone, the shooter, and half of the back stone instead of...
Well, I kind of agree in principle, Richard, but there's so much curl over that side coming off the barrier that it might be very difficult, and they'll have to go out so wide on the sheet that they can't really anticipate what the speed of the ice is going to be. So there's loads of curl here, and they can get to a similar spot coming on the other hand, so it could be an easier shot.
Pretty good, guys. Close. Yep. Whoa, whoa, you got room. Whoa.
One thing's for sure, they want to get this right down to the
How
tee line.
much all
Don't
there?
want to leave it
It's,
too close to
tee
that
line.
guard and
Back here.
get
Yep,
a short raise.
Yep, line.
Hard, guys.
Yep, go, Joe, go,
Pretty much curl off it there. And it's too far and too heavy and not enough
Faster than
curl.
that, Yeah. That was a 75.
There is a takeout down
Or
the
an 80.
outside here.
That one? Yeah.
For Leo
It was
Ray.
higher than that. It was higher than an 80. What was it? 90? That was?
The
The other thing I think, Richard, is when you're this far down in the game, you maybe want to force them in to play a shot like that where if they are a little bit tight, then they might actually chip the yellow in and maybe you draw for 4.
Well,
These are the kind
not
of
showing
straws
too
that
many
you-
signs of that happening so far, the Chinese, but
These,
yes.
are the kind of straws that you need to clutch for when you're this far down in the game. You know you're going to need a little bit of help along the way.
下了一点甩他前边儿。
啊，那球打的，这边漏的了。
一大波。
Well, I would just go for the open shot here and give up 2 to the US, and I'm sure they're going to shake hands anyway. As soon as
打掉
possible.
一个就行。
So Leo Ray just electing to follow Fenson down, I think, with this stone. See if he can play the Logan shot, tap the front yellow out the way and leave Fenson a chance for 3 or 4. Somehow I don't think so, but we'll see.
Well, this is the harder of the 2 takeouts that Leo Ray's selected. But the one that will leave them in lying in shot position.
This release.
Hard. Hard. Go.
Hard!
Go, 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 go. Hard.
Hard!
Here he is he on the guard? He is on the guard.
Lucky boy.
Fenson draw for 3 from not much to play with there, but he's going to get a free draw to the full 12-foot circle for 3 points here.
That went through the piece of the house, I think.
A little
Really
bit
close to
fortunate,
it. Looks like it
Ray,
did.
not to catch a fraction more of that yellow stone and pop it into the house. It just curled across the edge of the blue there. Well, it didn't go in the blue, but very close to going into the blue and lying outside the house. Fenson may have had a hit for 4 in the back, as you predicted might happen. Very clever of you, Logan.
I'm used to being down in games, Richard.
Yes, that's right. So here's Fenson. Free draw for 3.
Certainly not short of running here.
No, it's not.
This one will rear up in time. A little bit of backing here and put 3 on the board for the USA. Finally on the board in the 7th end. So it's going to be China 7, United States 3.
He's looking
after
really
7
let go,
rounds.
but he's going to be on the nose.
When he threw it so soft, I said, you got a chance.
Yeah, I don't know why he wouldn't just pick it out of there.
He can hit anything, any of them. Even look around the guard, which I wouldn't do. You can see half of both of them.
What's the one down here feel like you make?
Okay.
So I don't think the Chinese will be too worried, but still need to err a little bit on the side of caution. I think they got themselves sucked in a little bit there into a game that they don't really want to play. And this is a tool called the Eye on the Ice, being used by head ice technician Hans Vutrich from Canada, and that gives them readings all over the arena as to what's happening with the air temperatures and the ice temperatures, the humidity, and it helps them just control the ice conditions out there. I think the ice conditions are looking pretty good now, Richard. It was a little bit of a challenge at the start of the week for the players, but...
Well, that's right. It's not every championship you have to make ice when the outside temperature's 30 degrees. Or in the 80s in the Fahrenheit scale for our American viewers. And there we are, 3 points for Fenson, but he still trails 7 shots to 3 here in the 8th end.
Yeah, a rare moment of joy for the Americans in a game that they've not had a lot to shout about. They now don't have the last stone, and we're into the 8th end. So probably needing a steal of 2, I would say, in the 8th end.
So the centre guard this time for the US, that yellow stone. China going behind it. A little bit too far, a little bit short, but not too much trouble.
Plenty of home interest from the media here in China, following Leo Ray and his team as they make their case for qualifying for the playoffs. Looking good for going to 5 wins after this 13th draw. Well, a double centre guard, well played by Ryan Brunt. And again, China making aggressive calls with their 4-shot lead. Some good lead play from both teams. Zhang Xiaolang playing 88 against Ryan Brunt's 83. We'd see a lot of teams draw the wing in this situation rather than risk getting sucked around the centre and not leaving themselves a path in with their last stone later in the end. You have to expect that the USA are going to throw the double centre guard in this position. And now they've got one on the back of the button to freeze against.
Right to it, guys.
Right to it. Joe Polo, second.
4 foot.
No.
Might come down. She's coming down.
Well,
No, it's got to come down a pile.
Oh, never.
The line of this stone needs to curl a long way to get to the Chinese stone on the back of the 4-foot circle, back of the 1-foot circle.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, they were waiting for it to curl before they could sweep it.
I thought you were pretty good.
Yeah, and that's all part of the art of sweeping, isn't it, Richard? It's doing it at the right time so that you can combine the line and the weight. If you sweep it at the start for weight, you can kill the line by hanging it straight, so you need to wait for the right moment to get the line right. Sheen outplaying Joe Polo at second position by 6%.
And a good shot from him to remove 2 US guards.
Well, perhaps a little bit fortuitous. I think you're just trying to make sure they get the top one off there a little bit tight and gets the yellow one behind. If you're an inch either side on that one and you jam on that yellow stone, you're going to leave a double centre.
Pretty high. Yep. Hard line. Real hard line. Hard. We're half. Hard. 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 Oh, geez. That's going way down here. It's great. Okay,
hold on that one, sorry.
All right.
Okay, so another centre guard.
That was a little different.
If China was following the textbook there, they would probably play the peel again here.
打后面的定呢，打出来打定都，还是这样打中间好的，你觉得？你就打中间呗。
Possibly, but the
打后面的还是打
US stone in the
有时候打他直接打他黄的往里甩。顺势打，又顺势。
top of the 4-foot circle does have some dangers about it. Well, I think Leo Ray was happy to remove the stone in the 4-foot, but he's persuaded to the other view by his teammates.
Yeah, I think his teammates are pretty wise in this, on this occasion. There's plenty of stones left and to get rid of that one in the 4-foot later on. These centre guards. These centre guards are much more of a threat at the moment than that yellow stone. And actually, that yellow stone there is in a position to stop the USA making a freeze on that stone in the bottom at the moment. So
might be one shot.
It has its benefits to the Chinese.
One more guard's fine.
Meanwhile,
here? No. Yeah, way up there. Guard, yeah.
7th end. We just saw Benoit Schwartz making a draw to the house for 3. Here is Oscar Eriksson.
One more guard. Do you think he'll play that hit and roll it? You just talking about it.
His final stone.
Well, the good thing is we've almost got 2 guards up there right now because his top is
against 2.
12 foot.
Gets the job done and puts one on the board for Sweden. Tie game after 7 ends there. It's going to be an exciting finish to that game, and a game that means so much to both teams. They go for one of those elusive playoff berths.
Plenty over.
Looks like it's down here.
Where are you?
Where is it?
It's tight.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep, right in here. Yep. Yep, hard. Hard. Hard, 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 every hard, 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 hard. You guys change that up on me down there or what?
No.
No. I don't know about that one.
He threw that hard.
He threw it hard, but I got screwed up because I'm thinking we're going to be a little closer than that.
Yeah. Okay, so peel again here.
Yeah, Leo Ray.
It looked like it's going that hard.
Working his way through the guards and getting rid of them. Of course, by doing that, the play is in the house where he has much more control of what's going on. So there's the statistics for the third man. 75% for Rojecki and for Xu Xiaoming 88. It's a big difference at third.
Yeah, and it's been the draws that have killed Sean Rojecki. I've said that's some spectacular takeout play by Xu Xiaoming, 95% for all his hits.
And usually if you're not very consistent in the draws, it's because you just don't curl enough, play enough of them and practice them enough.
Just line's going to be fine. Line's going to be fine.
Yeah, I think Sean's just struggling a little bit for confidence at the moment.
Yep, yep. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, look at that thing go. Holy smoke. Do it. It's fine.
Well, there's one of our mascots here in Beijing.
That's one of your friends, Logan. Who's that?
I have no idea. You're organising this thing, are you not? Yeah, the mascots were doing a terrific job before the game of getting the crowd fired up for this 13th draw. Just having some time out now and relaxing and enjoying what's looking like is going to be a home win.
The crowd or the mascot? Both. Yes. So, a little bit of a decision to be made here for the Chinese team.
I
don't think they need to be too cute with this shot. They just need to play quite a straightforward hit. If they were to hit the one on the right, as we look at it at the moment, and spill the red stone of their own off the button. It wouldn't do any real harm, I don't think, Logan.
打掉他就是这么往外传，传完这露出来原先。
A little bit more concerned about the stone on the left as we look at it.
Well, it's just difficult to get at. I think what they're worried about is still this freeze of USA could ever make a freeze on the button, then it would be really difficult for the Chinese to score here. So
the long guard a little bit coming into play in terms of making the decisions here for the Chinese. Another shot, of course, is just to rip the long guard off.
Yeah, they're just kind of waiting at the moment for the USA to make their move and then thinking that they can probably blast their way out of the situation.
This is the last stone of the third players, so Xu Xiaoming is going to play this shot. As you can see, 4 stones remaining, 2 after this one. The skip stones remaining, so. For the take out on the long guard. Yep. I really think that's as good a shot as any in their circumstances. They're 4 up with the last stone advantage in this 8th end.
So what do you do now if you're Pete Fenson?
We're running one in.
Xiaoming playing 95% on hits, but it's actually quite easy to do when you're just having to peel guards for the whole game.
What do you like?
That's true.
Does he guard back, do you think?
And he guards back, I don't have a shot.
We're running.
The issue for them here with 4 stones remaining, 2 of their own, is that stone of China still lies on the button, so at any point the Chinese could try and bottle up this end and make it impossible to get to that counter. So I think he's got to move it with this shot now.
He's got such an easy out.
Do you think that too?
But the problem is that red one.
Maybe just
that
try
red one that's in the middle is
chip the yellow in the 4-foot circle onto the one on the button. Really. Might be their best shot.
Maybe tap it in there and get shot
just a kind of a back 4 weight maybe. I think you want to keep as many stones around as possible.
Yeah, it's a good shot because if he leaves the 2 lying kind of in a row and his shooter rolls off to the left as we look at it, then the US are lying quite strongly. Leo Ray certainly has 2 stones to go, but
not an easy shot here though, Richard. They just need to really hit the edge of this yellow
on the way down is that
and move it sideways across to get it onto the face of this red.
Tap it back behind the yellow and kind of roll over here on this side.
A little bit thinner than you think to get it onto the top side of the stone.
But that's the only problem. That's what I didn't mention is that it's just smash.
So a 4-0 is too heavy for this, isn't it?
4-0's probably pretty
I think that'd be pretty good on this one.
What's a 4-0?
Well, I'm assuming that they're talking about the split time between the back line and the hog line. So obviously what they're measuring.
Whoa.
The speed
Hold on there, boys. Hold on.
Whoa. Just above the logo.
Mine's good. Yep.
And actually, they're throwing a guard here. They're taking a risk.
Sit.
So if Leo Ray throws a guard here, then
oh, jeez.
What do they do?
Out of sight, yeah.
Wow.
I don't really see what that's guarding at the moment. It's not really covering too much.
Go 2 feet at the end of the court. just one from one side of the center line. Just.
Nice to see everyone's on the same page again.
But the wrong page. This is a bad shot in my view from Fenson. He's only got 1 stone remaining. Leo Ray's lying 1 on the button. He needs to try and make a steal here, even at 1 point. And he's not going to get the chance after this shot. If Leo Ray just guards where these brushes are, the brush of...
Yeah, well, again, I think maybe part of the thinking is that, like in the last end, when you're this far behind in the game, you need misses from the opposition. So maybe by throwing the guard on that yellow stone, you're hoping that the Chinese miss the guard, and then you have the chance to chip the yellow onto the stone of the button and allow to win the guard.
但这条道边这么大，稍微下了一点，他这一传他是2到3分了。
That type of shot, there's a big area to cover for putting the guard up. Because Houston's value to the US. The last end was a little bit different because you had to be accurate on the line.
So here'll be a different type of timeout from Marcel.
Or, yeah, and the angle's good and you score. Yeah? Just make sure that middle one goes bye-bye. No steal of 3 then.
Yes.
Okay.
这边漏的不大，踏板。
Okay, so, well, usually what Marcel does is he comes down and he gives them all the facts and then lets them make their own decision. But on this occasion, he was much more matter of fact and said, get rid of that one on the centre line. So, some different strategy on the timeouts. But usually Marcel will say, okay, well, you're line 1, you're 7-3 up. What do you think you should do? Do you think you should throw a draw, or do you think you should throw a takeout?
He was favouring the takeout on the yellow stone, but if Leo Ray just gets this fraction in the high side, jams it on the back one, then it's in a spot of bother. Not too much, don't think he's still 4 up. But at 4 up, you'd be tempted just to guard this. Then what's Benson going to do? There's no good route in on the right-hand side as we look at it.
I think they're just playing the scoreboard though here. Time for both teams to complete this game. There's a look in here.
A good-looking line. Very well played from Leo Ray. Accurate direction.
Well, there's a tough double there. Very flat one.
I mean, I think that's the...
Like that better?
There's no point to this double in my view.
You could play this
I agree, Richard. I think maybe they want to play the kind of the chip freeze that I was talking about before.
He has to try and steal a point. He can lie 2 after this, but it's not going to do him any good because he'll leave an easy shot for a single point for China.
Bounce it up there. See how his kind of track, he sort of straightened it and then just sort of tracked a little, even vets off weight.
And it must be wrong if Logan and I both agree about it.
Well, this is certainly an easier shot than the one that we were calling.
Nice and thin, and we may be able to bounce it up under there.
And just hold that yellow underneath the yellow guard at the top of your screen.
I know, but he has to be going for a steal of a point, make it tough for China for the next shot, and I don't think this one will be challenging enough for them. And he's also fighting draw weight and direction and everything, so Benson, it's been a tough old day. Is he going to make this shot to lie 2?
Just trying to hit an edge. Has he hit it too thin? Great shot.
That's a great shot.
Pete Benson, but that yellow will be pretty well exposed from the hat. Should be a straightforward takeout to score here for.
Sorry. I was worried about losing.
It's down the identical line that he played before to take the previous yellow stone out. So Leo Ray knows the line here well.
Take it.
So once more we can see this. He makes the double, so can't complain about the shot. Nicely played. They lie 2. But I still think it's not too complicated for Leo Ray to tap this out and take the point. The US had to go for bust and trying to steal a point here. I think they're going to be losing one. Well, a little bit high.
He's maybe going to make the skinny double instead, is he?
Oh, he's going to roll past it, and Benson gets lucky with that.
Well, puts another one on the board, and like I said,
That's
USA
hard,
just need to
hard,
keep
hard.
making the Chinese play
But
shots
no,
and hope that they make a few
那得
misses.
多保
And
啊！
two misses and 2 ends from Leo Ray.
Okay, do we want to?
This game might just take a little bit longer to see out than China previously planned. 7-4 after 8.
Steal one, you're 2 down coming home.
I don't know.
What?
The US contemplating giving up, but they have scored 4 points in 2 ends, so who knows?
So, Norway and Canada not in action this draw, but sitting atop of the pile, neither are Japan. So very much a draw for the teams who are trying to fight for the kind of remaining spots. Norway are looking pretty safe on 7 wins and 1 loss. China still in the hunt. They're likely to move to 5 wins and 4 losses. I'd say these other 5 teams pretty much out of contention unless a whole string of results go their way. Certainly the 2 on, or the 1 that will be on 5 losses. Likely the United States are going to move to 2 and 6, and elsewhere here in draw 13, Switzerland and Sweden tied after 7 ends. Scotland getting some joy against Russia, leading by 7 shots to 3, and Germany trailing the Czech Republic by 5 shots to 4, which is a big game for the Germans. Probably the most crucial game out on the ice. Both teams on 3 losses. Sweden have 4 wins and Switzerland have 5. And this is the final stone of the end. Benoit Schwartz, the Swiss Olympian, got some ice time in Sochi as the alternate for Team Mikel. The representatives we've been used to seeing at the World Championships. Team De Cruz beat them in the final of the Swiss Championships, and this is looking good here. Terrific shot by Benoit Schwartz. He's been on fire this week, and that's going to be a crucial score of 2 in the 8th end. And Sweden with a lot of work to do in that game on sheet A. It's now Switzerland 7, Sweden 5. Meanwhile, on sheet D, our featured game, still pretty one-sided scoreline. China with the hammer, a 3-shot lead in the 9th end of regulation 10. And it'll be the same tactics again here from the USA, trying to clutter up that centre line, throwing a couple of guards. Coming around on the intern. Well, again, China going with this come around the centre option. Got themselves in some trouble with it in the last end, but at least they have their stones in front of the tee line this time.
Well, you can say that, Logan, but at the end of the day, he just missed a relatively simple shot with his last stone. Leo Ray, which he's done actually with the last 2 ends, so
it's good.
It's easy when you're 7 up to get pretty relaxed about the whole proceedings. And suddenly you're not 7-0 anymore, but 7-4, 7-5. His concentration's just gone off a little bit. Marcel Rock will be giving him a talking to afterwards.
Well, normally we would say peel the guards, but that stone may be a little bit too close to the button for the Chinese liking.
Well, it's behind the tee, so I would be saying clear the guards, definitely. And he is.
She needs to be a little bit careful as to where this yellow closest to the house might go if they were to go after a double takeout.
Badushin. His first stone in this end. Oh, a great shot. Fantastic play from him.
Well, he's just doubled his own 2 stones off the top of the 4-foot here.
Not a worry, I don't think. Play is in the house. That's what the crucial component of all of that was.
Okay, well, now it's got to stop.
It's not bad.
He's cleared the
solid
front out with one.
It's got to stop hard.
That's just got to stop.
In one shot, he's moved the 2 front guards and rolled the shooter off.
Okay, Joe. Okay.
Fantastic shot there. The play is in the house. Yes, putting a guard back up. Badushin second stone here. And another great shot. Removes that second counter belonging to the United States out and the guard off. Rolls quite far out to the wing with his shooter.
Same speed as always coming this way.
Yeah, and that's what you don't want when you're chasing the game, is your opposition removing multiple counters in one stone. That's what you're trying to protect against. So a couple of soul-destroying bombs from Badushin.
Okay. A little higher than half. This one's better.
Excellent play from him.
Just across the center. Let's stop. It's good.
US had it quite nicely set up and reasonably well spread stones, it has to be said. But still not good enough to stop Badushin from eliminating them all, or almost all of them. And quickly we can look at Germany against the Czech Republic. Important game for the Germans to win. I think the Czech Republic have too many losses to be contenders this time. We're in the 8th end, and the last stone here of Iji Schnittel. For the take out for 2. He makes it. Good shot from him. So, Czechs jumping to a 7-4 lead after 8 ends of play.
Now you're good. Keep going.
Yeah, looking like Czech Republic are going to seal their 4th win of the week there.
You guys are over. You're
Germany,
way over,
after a flying start this week,
way over.
their wheels are starting to come off their wagon a bit. And they won their first 3 games this week, but looking like they're going to suffer their 4th loss in 5 games. However, they did beat Norway yesterday afternoon. They're the only team to have beat Norway.
Yes, 1 or 2 rather strange results here. So, Xu Xiaoming going for the guard here. Rolling his shooter. Off it goes. The 1 US stone in the 4-foot circle.
Halfway's probably good. Too high, you may go around and pick it out. Plus, then it's no good for us. We can't hide behind it anyway. So
you're nice and tight.
Want to make it compete.
Pete Fenson can only really just throw another guard here.
Oh, really?
A little bit, pretty tight.
Oh, then.
Whoa.
This end a little bit different from the last couple where there were a few stones in play.
Whoa, whoa.
Good, Joe. Line's good, Joe.
Gotta
Let's
stop.
stop.
Gotta stop.
Sit, babe.
Okay.
Yeah, the big difference this time was some destructive takeouts from Badushin.
You say, what do you want to do in your lap?
Clearing things right up for China. Some super takeout play by the Chinese second.
Just changing the handle here for his first stone here in the 9th end. China lead by 3 points and have the last stone advantage here. 3 stones to go in the 9th end. The guard being removed once more, and I think Fenson will be forced to replace it. It's a little bit closer to the house. Leo Ray will be forced into a draw to the forefoot with his last.
Hard!
We'll see.
Hard!
Oh,
go,
it
go,
looks
go,
like.
go, hard!
So he halves that off, runs the shooter out of play. I think Fenson will guard again, but maybe a little bit closer to the house. What do you think, Logan?
Well, the other option is that you throw him into a position where you lie to, and it could be a better option.
Where else do you think?
Again, you're kind of hoping for misses from your opposite number, so or
I
bad
mean, we got
decisions.
he's got to shank one either way, right?
Depends whether you think that
way's probably. I think he'll just hit that.
a draw shot by Leo Ray to the forefoot is more difficult than him trying to make a hit and stick somewhere in the rings.
I think it's a good
He's struggled with the line the last couple of ends, Leo Ray, so maybe the line is more difficult, more testing for him than the draw
I want to
weight.
be real close to the forefoot, if not in it.
I think that will be first.
Okay.
The deciding factor for me here needs to be that if you throw a guard, you're only going to have one in the house. If you throw a draw into the house, you're going to be lying 2, and if something terrible happens, then you're going to steal 2 instead of steal 1, and that's basically what you need at the moment. You need
don't know what we're talking about.
Some sort of a
I can't get there
disaster
this way. I don't think there's enough ice.
And when it comes to the stats, Leo Ray's played 3 draws in this game, 100%, 13 takeouts of various sorts, 65%, so that's definitely favourable to maybe
I mean, I can see
Leo Ray
the difference in
takeout
the ice there. I mean,
rather than a draw.
Okay. 85. All right.
Fenson. His last stone here in end number 9.
Right on the T line. Line's good.
Confirming the stone is
Line will be fine.
on the T line, which is right in the centre of the house.
Get paint.
Go get paint. Go.
Get paint.
Go get paint.
Certainly
Go,
not
go,
the
go,
T
go,
line.
go, go,
Pulling
get
up
paint.
quite a bit short. Has to be in though.
Sorry.
not really putting as much pressure on as they would have hoped.
Poor shot.
Well, the Americans have really struggled with their draws so far today. Some real key ones, just not good enough. It says here 82% for draws, but I think a lot of them would have been open guards. So,
well, it's still 10% ahead of 11% behind China. Same on the hits, 9% behind, or almost the same. So Leo Ray then, straightforward hit on the nose for a single point. And a 4-shot advantage at the end of the 9th. I think that'll be handshaked.
Whoa, whoa.
If he makes this.
Hard, hard, hard,
Quite a controlled weight at this. Squeaking like mad to hold the shot. Is it going to roll out? It's not, I don't think. No, he's going to make the point by a slim margin, and that will be the end of it. 8 shots to 4. The margin of victory for China over Pete Fenson's United States team. China still in the hunt with that 8-4 victory. 5 wins and 4 losses.
Boy, it's amazing how much slower that side is.
The United States recording their 6th loss of this World Championship. This game the first to finish in the round of play this afternoon. The final statistics show China curling 86%, the United States 79%, so it's quite a big margin, and so effectively was the victory. As you can see, there's play going on the other 3 sheets of ice here. We're going to join the Switzerland-Sweden encounter between the young guns, Peter de Cruz and his team, and Oscar Eriksson. Both of them just not too long out of juniors. 7-5, Switzerland winning this game. Trailing to start with. Sweden had a hot patch in the 3rd and 4th ends. Since then, Benoit Schwartz, who plays last stones for Switzerland, here he is. Hasn't made all the shots, but he makes a lot of big shots. And that's one of them. Switzerland line 3, forcing Oscar Eriksson into the draw.
Sorry, Fart.
Tacticians on the bench working out how to play this next. I wonder if these will be the next 2 teams from Switzerland and Sweden, quite strong curling countries. Both of them really here at the first World Championship. Eriksson and Schwartz and de Cruz. So this shot, tap back for 1. No problem at all for Oscar Eriksson. But the play really dictated by Switzerland there, forcing Sweden to take a single point, lying 3 against before that last stone. Switzerland will regain the last stone advantage going down the 10th end and lead by 1 shot. Adjoining sheet to the one we were on before, sheet C, Germany, who got off to a flying start this week with 4 wins, struggling now in this game against Uji Schnittel's Czech team. Felix Schultz. Hamburg.
Okay. Gut. Auch gut.
Jetzt liegt der Double da und er liegt dann 3-mal da.
I quite like that, but I think it's lying very favourably for Germany there.
Auch gut.
They trail Schnittel by 3 points in this 9th end.
Ne, dobrý, jak to nevisí. Měl by zůstat na komoře, protože když ho zahrajeme takhle,
Takže buď to musí roll, anebo stay. Takže bych zahrál asi ten roll trošku.
Bych ten roll?
Jo.
Jako, kdyby to bylo až tady někde, jo.
No, to tam má zase triple na komoru. Tadyhle, když zahrajem tohle, tak má triple na komoru. Když zůstaneme tady stát, tak je to už lepší. Takže buď úplně komora, anebo roll tady.
Když tam
tady
budeme
lepší, ano, když to bez stay,
tak to pojďte hrát. Si lepší.
No, jasně, no, ale jakože tady řeším, jestli ten stay jsme schopní zahrát, že jo. Tady uhne kousek a už to je to.
Dobře,
takže
no,
tak budeme to hrát jako stay. 9.
Zvenku určitě?
Zevnitř si tak maximálně trefíš svoje. Když to zůstane vyset na té čáře.
Asi bychom se měli dosáhnout minimálně na komoru.
A i to točí, tahle strana.
Johnny Jar. Stepping but playing the third stones for Germany. And Yuji Schnittel. 58% of 10 hits thus far in this game.
Well, big mistake here by Yuji Schnittel, completely over curls and misses the red shot stone in the 4-foot circle. Could that be a lifeline here for the Germans? They do have a shot to score 3. Just had to get one of those red stones out. I don't think Yuji and Vidra can quite believe it.
It was an awful shot. I wonder what went wrong. Was it the wrong line? Or well, it was the wrong line, obviously, but how did that happen?
You know what, the crazy thing is, Richard, if he hadn't even thrown that stone, it was very difficult to see how Germany could have scored 3 in this game. And now they have a nose hit between their 2 red stones to extend this game.
Back.
Well, needs to curl.
Certainly playing big weight. Is it going to swing enough? Oh, horrible. Why would you play quite so much weight at that look?
Well, I'm not quite too sure, Richard, but that was a great opportunity gifted by the Czech Republic. And Felix Schulze on this occasion couldn't quite finish the job off.
Excuse for my
So Germany then losing another point. Chance to score 3 to tie the game at 7-all going home, but instead catching their front stone and leaving Yuji Schnittel lying 1 for an 8-4 win. And we can now head to Sweden versus Switzerland. We just saw the end of their play in the 9th end, and this is live in the 10th.
Perfekt. Japp. Bra skotte. Ah. Knorrar till sig.
Switzerland have last stone advantage here, and they're going to set about clearing off the guards. Sweden, meantime, lie 3 stones in the rings. Peter de Cruz is holding the brush. Well, just missing clearing the 2 guards off. One of them away, and the shooter, Oscar Eriksson, having a look at the clock here. Could just be a little tight for time. So Sweden need to steal a point here, or 2 if they could engineer that, and then if they only steal 1, the game will go into extra time. But Switzerland definitely have the advantage. They're leading 7-6 and have the advantage of the last stone here in the 10th end.
Kommer vi hit så kan vi alltid lägga en gard här sen. Slutet.
quite sure what
När
to do here.
skotten tveksam till att den räcker, lägger vi en på där så den gör ingen skillnad om vi ligger 3 eller 4.
I think in this situation the key thing is to set up the steal of 1 point, and if you happen to be fortunate enough to get 2,
Ligger vi snedfrys och chappar, då trycker vi bara undan.
game winner, but they must be looking at trying to steal one here and then steal one in the extra end if they can run the play as far as that.
Jag säger här.
That stone in the
Här.
blue, in the red,
Eller
sorry,
nära
red
guard.
4-foot circle.
By 12 alltså.
Fairly good
Där är
spot
okej
to be,
också, om vi ligger.
but they're just debating whether it's good enough to be the counting shot at the end of this end. Apart from that one guard,
Där eller runda skottet, vad känner du
it's
för
fairly
Marcus?
open out in front, so
Marginal kort då, kör vi den.
Switzerland will be looking to remove that guard at the first opportunity.
Ja, men lägger vi oss där och han slashar och så stickar den, då ligger vi en helgardad mitt på locket. Då är det bara ligga och garda, så skär vi 2.
3-time former world champion is the national coach for Sweden. Watching this.
Marginal kort och så kan den stanna. Lägg den bra. Ja.
Draw around the guard. Called here.
Kör. Lite tight linje. Oh. Ja! Whoa.
Oh. It's a little bit heavy. He doesn't want it behind the
Bra,
tee.
grymt. Ja, det är Marcus.
Well, reasonably satisfied with that, but and if you were Switzerland here, you should be taking off this centre guard. Well played. That's what was required. So Sweden lying 4 in the house, but now with no protection in front for these stones. Third man for Sweden, Christian Lindström. 68% game accuracy. Statistics in this game are not that high. Both teams playing well. Switzerland 72, Sweden 73 overall.
Ja, linjen är okej.
Lindström.
Ja, nej, den är själv där. Den är där. Den är där. Räcker. Inte får komma insida på det där.
Very particular about where he wants the stone to go, and Oscar Eriksson has been the 5th man for the usual Swedish team in recent times. Niklas Edin, including at the recent Winter Olympics in Sochi.
Faut surtout pas bloquer ce côté. Hein. Je le connais très bien ce côté. Hein.
Nicolas Schwartz, as you can tell, coming from the French part of
C'est
Switzerland.
toi qui sais. Hein. Faut pas bloquer ce côté. Très bien.
So Oscar Eriksson concentrating on his opponent's shot, and here is Peter de Cruz.
Well, plenty of yellow granite lying around here. Manages to get rid of 2, nearly a 3rd one.
Well, out of the line of these with that little dunt across onto the centre line, but it's a good shot from de Cruz, cleared 2 away. So another look at this. 1, 2, goodbye. Nearly the third, as you said, Logan, but not quite. 2 of these stones are behind the tee line.
Shut up!
Well, actually, Swedes are in pretty good shape here in this 10th end.
Friska, Mikael!
The way it looks at the moment,
Benoit
Schwartz will have to throw a draw to the 1 foot to win this game, and will be throwing against the game.
That's a good guard out in front, touching the centre line for Christian Lins.
Ouais, très bien.
Cool customer, Benoit Schwartz.
Et donc?
It's this impression of kind of not really looking up to that much. Not very tall, but
Non. Il faut prendre ouais, 2 tiers. Ouais.
Strangely enough, over the last year or two, whenever the team he's been in hasn't won the Swiss Championship, they've picked him to be the 5th man. And he's been used a few times to play.
Wow.
So here De Cruz with his 2nd stone in this 10th end.
Yeah, they're going after the wins in the house this time.
Yep.
Well, only manages to peel the 1, and now Oscar Eriksson can put a better one in there. The thing about playing that shot is they really had to make a double.
They did, and the other problem is that the guard that's on the front straddling the centre line provides the best chance for Sweden to get right close to the button with this stone. And potentially a backing on it. They come round here and lie fully in the left-hand quarter of that white centre 1 foot circle in the front of the tee line.
Well, I highly doubt that Oscar wants to draw to where he put his brush there. I think he was maybe referring to a shot previous in the game, how much ice he took to get the ice right for this one. You'll want to put this one right around that guard. And fully hidden from the Swiss.
Mitt bakom garden.
You played Oscar Eriksson, is he pretty good? Well, he's obviously pretty good, he wouldn't be here, but is he the next great Swede coming our way, do you think?
Oh, I think he could well be. He's been knocking on the door for a few years now, and just this last season or 2, they've really started to show the calibre on the world stage. A lot of damage on the World Curling Tour. And terrific shot makers. Oscar Eriksson's nickname is the Professor because of his great understanding of the sport and the strategy. Looking pretty good here. Would have liked this maybe another foot further up.
I think so.
Still good enough to apply a little bit of pressure. What it does do by not being far enough is it maybe gives the Swiss a chance to play a draw and get themselves a counter in there. I don't think they can really afford to just peel the guard here.
Well, no, I think they're well and truly committed to the situation as it now stands. Benoit Schwartz with his 1st stone here in the 10th end, the last regulation end. Switzerland have last stone advantage, but they are 1 ahead. Sweden own all these yellow counters, matching up with their uniform.
Right.
So, what? What now, Benoit? There he goes.
No, not having one of his better games this week.
No, his draws and takeouts just about the same, 75, 77.
Of course, this is a repeat of the 2011 World Junior Final, played in Perth, Scotland. And on that occasion, it was Oscar Eriksson on the Swedish side.
Direction! Direction!
De Cruz and his team were the defending champions. Shots like this from Benoit Schwartz hit them so hard to beat, so hard to steal against. And
well, that is a super shot from Benoit Schwartz, really. Because if you touch that, if you can play the weight to get past and still tap that, you're tapping it onto the Swedish stone in the back of the 4-foot circle there.
Well, he's placed that one right on a dime. Couldn't have walked down and put it in a better spot.
Tremendous shot from him.
Just wonder if I think Oscar maybe just has to try and pick it out of there.
Well, he's got to steal a point here, Logan. So I think he's got to come at it on the other hand and just try and lie first shot, half checked and frozen onto it.
So that would be an extremely hard shot, but if it were to come off. This one's the easier of the two options. It can come down to hack weight and just chip that red out of there and hope for a miss.
But if he... It's not an easy shot, this one, though. Not at all.
Easier than the draw, though. They're
Jag bara gå på röd där så får ut den så långt som möjligt.
Hoppningen har kunnat ligga två. With the draw on the other handle, so
that's true. So advantage Switzerland due to Mr. Schwartz's shot there.
Oh, go for it.
Oh.
He's plenty of weight in this.
Helt upp. Well, this has got a little bit of work to do here.
Helt upp, curl a bit. Comes a lot at the end. It is coming, but is it going to come enough? It is not. And it will be victory Switzerland. They will win 8 shots to 6.
Always the gentleman, Oscar Eriksson.
Congrats, good luck.
Congrats, good luck. Being gracious in defeat, as you would expect all curlers to be. Unfortunately for them, that's going to drop them to 4 wins and 4 losses alongside Germany. The Swiss are going to move up and join Japan on 6 wins. So they're looking good for the playoffs. Chased down by China on 5 wins at the moment. They're in 5th place in the standings. But that result concludes this 13th draw of the 2014 CPT World Men's Curling Championships here in the Capitol Gymnasium in Beijing, China. Swiss boys sharing a moment with their small remaining section of fans. But our featured game was between China and the United States, and that was the scoreline there: 8 shots to 4. A disastrous first 6 ends.
On the 6th end,
they won't even sweep their roll there. He could have rolled that out and only lying 2.
China lying 2 shots. The 4-foot circle.
Where's the guys?
Svensson needing this draw to score a single point and get his first score on the board. But he sails on and gives up 3 points, 7-0, the advantage for China now. But the US have a chance to mount a little bit of a comeback here, and after a catch on a guard by Leo Ray's last stone, Svensson has pretty much got a draw to the whole house for his 3 points. And with it, a narrowing of the score to 7-3, it's still in China's favour.
You look around the guard without window, you can see half.
On to the 8th end, and another chance here for Svensson to get closer to Leo Ray and his Chinese team. Last stone here then, needing to curl. And he only catches half of that shot and rolls past the second American counter to give up another point. 7-4 then, and now in the last end. Chance once more for Leo Ray to kill off his opponent. Hit the stone on the nose for an 8-4 count. Well, they're sweeping like mad to hold it. And it will stick at the edge of the blue for a point. And with it, an 8-4 advantage for China over the United States.
Thank you. Good luck. Thank you. Good luck.
I'll play. Good luck.
Good luck. Thank you. Good luck.
Yeah, terrific performance by the Chinese, but I think it would be fair to say the Americans contributed to their own downfall today. Here were the other scores in draw 13. Switzerland, we saw, just defeat Sweden by 8 shots to 6. Scotland taking down Russia by 7 to 5. And the Czech Republic defeating Germany by 8 shots to 4. This is how they stack up after session 13. Norway leading the way on 7-1. Canada, Japan and Switzerland all in 6 wins. China still very much in contention on 5. And Germany and Sweden both still in with a chance with just 4 losses. If they could get to 7, they might have a hope, but the rest of these guys probably out of contention now. Leo, congratulations. Tell me a bit about your performance today.
首先恭喜今天那个赢得了这场比赛。下面能谈一下今天这场比赛咱们团队表现的怎么样？
今天这场比赛我感觉团队发挥的还可以吧，发挥出了自己的水平吧。我感觉就是赢在对手失误了吧。
So everyone did a really good job on this competition. So we win because our the competitors they have a mistake.
Do your team still feel like they can make the playoffs this week?
So, 你们觉得这整个后边的比赛会怎么样？继续？
后面比赛我们只是一场一场去打吧，一场一场去拼吧，因为还有2场比赛嘛，我们必须得全力以赴去拼。
Yeah, we will do this one by one and try everyone's effort. And also, we got another 2 more games need to go.
Is there anything that you feel like your team can improve on to help you make the playoffs?
接下来的比赛，你们会觉得咱们队伍怎么样？是一个什么样的表现？
我感觉就是发挥出我们平时训练的水平就可以了，发挥出正常水平就可以了，其余的不会去想太多。
Yeah, he think it doesn't need to think too much. Just play what we do at the normal day.
Okay, Shishay, good luck.
Thank you.
The thoughts of the winning skip, Leo Ray, in a terrific win over the USA by 8 shots to 4. Thanks for watching.